You're listening to EPN, the ePodcast Network.
This is Enterprise Radio and your host, Eric Dye.
This is Eric Dye, and once again, welcome to Enterprise Radio, your EPN channel for exclusive interviews with entrepreneurs, small business owners, and top executives who have experienced great success, as well as the sharing of their latest creations, products, and or services that can help you build your business, leading to business success. Today, we are speaking with Jennifer Grady, founding attorney and business consultant at the Grady Firm, PC, founder and instructor at Ignite Startup School, and founder and president of the Women Entrepreneurs Club in Los Angeles, California. Jennifer, certainly a privilege to have you a part of Enterprise Radio here on EPN.
Well, thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
And likewise, good to have you out today. So first of all, tell us about why you founded the Grady Firm and how you help entrepreneurs.
Sure. I founded the Grady Firm 2 years ago as a way to cater to business owners and their families. My goal is to help people achieve the American dream, and that's through self-sufficiency, opportunity, freedom, and success. And I do that by helping them throughout the life cycle of a business. I help entrepreneurs get started. They'll often come to me with an idea. We help figure out the viability of that idea, get them set up with a corporate structure. Then I do the contracts. And as they move through the life cycle of a business, I also help them with employment issues and business succession planning. And over the last 2 years, we've grown to a full-service law firm, so we can help clients with business issues, estate planning, asset protection, immigration, employment, and all sorts of business matters. I also use my experience as an attorney who's been doing litigation for 7 years, and I'm a third-generation entrepreneur myself. So I bring that experience to all of my clients, really helping them look forward to figure out what could go wrong and how we can figure that out up front. So I like to call myself the prenup attorney for businesses. I like to help people when they're in the honeymoon stage and they're excited about working together with a partner, rather than later when they don't want to be in the same room.
And with the current do-it-yourself mentality promoted on the internet today, why is it important for entrepreneurs and business owners to work with an attorney?
One big mistake that I see most startup founders make is that they don't have legal in their budget, and they say that they're bootstrapped and they don't have any money. But the problem with doing that is that they're setting themselves up for problems later that could cost $200,000. Litigation is very expensive. It can take 2 years, and it's emotionally and financially very taxing. But if you just you can even get away with having a small budget for legal, and what you're really paying an attorney for is their expertise, and really you can learn from their clients' mistakes. And so that's what I do, is not only integrating my own experience as a business owner, but from all of my clients, I keep adjusting my agreements as I move forward so that no agreement is alike, and everything that we do is customized so that it fits each person's business situation. I like to tell business owners to think of working with a lawyer-like insurance. You pay a little bit up front, but it minimizes the risk of problems later. And looking at the market and how things have changed and how people do like to go and use the legal Zoom and internet route, that's why I created Ignite Startup School, and we just launched, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's really going to be a great opportunity for entrepreneurs to get what they need without having to have that great big budget that they don't have. And so the way that the school works is we're going to have online courses where we'll be talking about everything from the practical aspects of running a business to the legal aspects, what you need to know as an employer, and then what you need to do to plan for the future with your business. And as we grow, we're going to have different classes like marketing, sales, franchising, so that we're going to be the one-stop shop place for businesses. And once you figure out what documents you need, we can do those a la carte. It's easy. You pay for them with your credit card online, and then my law firm will draft those, and they'll be custom tailored to your business needs.
What are some of the most crucial documents that business owners need at each stage of the business cycle, if you don't mind touching base in that regard?
Absolutely. There's a few that every business owner needs, and you can look at it in 3 stages. When starting out, you need the corporate documents, some like the articles of organization or articles of incorporation you send to the Secretary of State in California, for example. But what you'll need are either bylaws or an operating agreement, and those are like the blueprint of your business. And it's really a great place for you to iron out everything, especially if you have partners and investors. That's where you would put all of the information about who has what responsibility, how much money you're going to put in, and what will happen if things change down the line. And a lot of clients either don't have them or they have stock agreements off the internet that don't really count for what's going to happen if people want to get out. I find that to be the most common scenario. Then once they are established, they'll definitely need some contracts. If you have, for example, a service like you're an attorney or a web developer, you'll want a retainer agreement, and that will outline your responsibilities as well as the clients, along with deadlines and when you get paid on certain aspects. A very common one is an independent contractor agreement, and if you have independent contractors, you're going to want to outline their responsibilities, when you'll pay them, etc. Once you have employees, you're going to need an employee handbook, and those should be updated annually. And that's really a place for the employer to put the rules and regulations of a business and to put the employees on notice. Those are also really important if you do get sued. One of the first things the plaintiff's attorney will ask for is your employee handbook. And lastly, once it's time to start thinking about what to do with your business, if you're going to sell it, if you're going to groom a key employee to take over, you're going to need a buy-sell agreement, and that's going to outline those terms.
Today we are joined by Jennifer Grady, founding attorney and business consultant at the Grady Firm PC here on Enterprise Radio, a part of the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. Now, what are some of the most common mistakes that you see entrepreneurs out there that when working with business partners?
Sure. I definitely see a few mistakes over and over, and I would say the top three are not having the right agreements in place, not documenting each person's contributions, and giving away too much equity to outsiders. I can go into those a little bit. As I just mentioned about the different documents that you would have, when people do it themselves, they're often missing a lot of language that's important, and people will say to me, I just want a really simple agreement. I don't want to scare the other person. But the problem with that is that contracts are really written for other lawyers, so it's kind of like we're speaking a language to each other. So you need to have a lawyer write that and think of all the different clauses in there that can account for any possible scenario. The second problem I see is that, especially with partners, they'll keep adding money to the business, but they won't document how much they're putting in. And so then I'll ask them, okay, well, do you want to buy this person out, or what do you plan to do with it? And they don't even know how much money they've put in. So I definitely recommend, you can even have a ledger where you put that in, so that will help you at the time you need to make a sale or to call for more capital. And lastly, a pretty common mistake is people giving away too much equity to outsiders. Again, a lot of bootstrapped entrepreneurs, they don't have the money for payroll, so they're very quick to say, if I let you be my marketing person, I'll give you a certain percentage of my business. And the problem with that is that it's a long-term relationship, and if it doesn't work out, now you're stuck with them and they have a good portion of your company. So if you can, I recommend even bartering. Sometimes you can do a service and someone can do theirs in exchange, or you can consider low-cost alternatives, especially with SEO and marketing. You can find people on TaskRabbit or Fiverr, or you can even find a college intern who will work for $10 an hour, but they're really enthusiastic and they're young and hip and they know what they're doing. So I would just recommend people look into other options before giving away a big portion of their company.
Lastly, what are some resources that are available to entrepreneurs who seek legal counsel and moral support as they move forward with their endeavors?
Yes, definitely. There are several different options. There's a lot of local networking groups if you look into that. And I know in Los Angeles, where I live, there's a great Pay It Forward community where there's hundreds of entrepreneurs that come out and go to lots of different events. I created the Women Entrepreneurs Club 2 years ago when I saw that there were just a few women starting businesses, and now we've grown to 550 members. So that really signals to me that there are so many people out there that are really excited about doing a business and finding other people that can offer that support and referrals and really work together. So we have events all the time, and then we have an online community where we can help each other. Lastly, there's other options like Small Business Development Center and local chambers of commerce that can be supportive as well.
Well, if you would, how about telling our listeners where they can get more information about the Grady Firm PC online, as well as how they can be in touch in addition to that?
Absolutely. You can find my firm at www.gradyfirm.com. You can find Ignite Startup School at www.ignitestartupschool.com. And the Women Entrepreneurs Club is womenec.com. And I offer complimentary 15-minute consultation. You can find me through the website. There's a form you can click there, or you can make a call, and that's 323-450-9010.
And Jennifer, in conclusion, any closing thoughts or a final tip or a takeaway for the listeners here this afternoon on today's topic?
Absolutely. Entrepreneurship is really hot right now, and it's really an exciting time to be involved in. So I just recommend, if it's something that you're interested in doing, just go for it. Do plan so that you're not just out there, have at least 6 months' salary, but don't let lack of confidence or lack of knowledge hold you back. And the best thing my mentor told me was fake it till you make it. And that doesn't mean just go out there and don't have a plan, but it means being able to get the answer, research, and get back to someone quickly. And as you grow, you're going to gain confidence, and you'll really have the chance to be successful and achieve the American dream.
Couldn't agree more, Jennifer. It's certainly a pleasure and a privilege to have had you a part of Enterprise Radio and our Legal Corner here on EPN.
Well, thank you so much. Pleasure is mine.
We've been speaking with Jennifer Grady, founding attorney and business consultant at the Grady Firm PC, also founder and instructor at Ignite Startup School, and founder and president of the Women Entrepreneurs Club in Los Angeles, California. And the website of reference is gradyfirm.com. And this is Eric Dye, and you've been listening to Enterprise Radio, a part of EPN, the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. Pick up our iPhone or Android mobile app for your mobile listening convenience. And once again, we do thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for listening to Enterprise Radio here on EPN. For more information or to subscribe to this podcast, visit epodcastnetwork.com.
This is the ePodcast Network.